The random people.
Come over here. I'm starting to feel some elation already, I think.
The
Kimberly, come
elation.
over here, seriously. I'm beginning to sense this is going to be some elation. Because it's Alpha Quadrant. It's Alpha Quadrant into his house. Alright.
Hi, Kimberly. How you doing? Good. That's good.
Okay, so. Hi, welcome to Talking Spirits People. Me, host Eric. I'm feeling it. I am feeling it already.
Kimberly, you have some badass hair. Yeah, it looks like you pay good attention to it. So my bad, I interrupted the start of the video.
It's okay because I'm experiencing it for sure. I can feel it rising up from my belly. Can you feel it yet?
The
Still waiting for
elation.
it. Susan's
Well-
trying to feel it too. You wait. What did you say there? You say
Well, it could be the probiotics that you're feeling, Eric. Maybe it's not the elation. Maybe it's the probiotic.
it could be the probiotics, but I'm pretty sure what I'm feeling is elation. And the
Did
reason-
you?
Go ahead.
Or you
Abe.
just want it to be like that.
Oh, yeah, maybe you just want it to be like that.
Abraham. What else?
Were you the one that's responsible for putting together that quadrable.com page?
I mean, the good people at quadrable.com. We're good people at quadrable.com put that together.
My initial response was, Eric, what the fuck? That's a lot of fucking work. That's a weird,
That was one day's activity.
I was sounding, well, if you want to know what I really said was, it must have been a lot of Adderall, because that's a lot of fucking shit to do. Because that shit looks like a lot of fucking things. Just like, I wouldn't be able to sit down and just be like,
Well,
I don't know.
for those of you who don't know, we are experiencing a quadrille right now. I'm feeling the elation. I'm just feeling warm and fuzzy from head to toe, including hair and nails. You can see the good people at quadrable.com. These new words prove everything we've been saying this whole time.
Everything.
Quadrable doubled my verve. A lot of us are subject to quadrable's paradox. That's not quadrabling. Note, it's not okay to quadrable unsupervised. Okay?
Why?
Okay.
Fortunately, I am. Good news, everybody. I am a quadrable.com certified quadrable supervisor. I am.
Eric, this individual here, that woman, is fucking brilliant, dude. She said some shit that, I mean, I know this is gonna sound dirty, but I don't mean it dirty. It just fucking tickles my fancy. She'd be making all kinds of weird statements, and then they call her the government and Big Brother and Big Sister and shit. But even though I think I was the one that came up with those terms. But she's pretty badass, dude.
So,
She's
Abe,
pretty
you're
badass.
saying they call her that. Really, it's you who calls her that.
No, but I perpetuate it. Like, people say, oh, the government has spoken. See, that's something I perpetuate. People say stupid shit like that when Susan,
You say that.
spits out. Well, okay, but I have experienced people saying that, though. Right? Or
Yes.
saying key phrases like, oh, yeah, that's the government. Or that's that woman. Shit like that, Even though that one wasn't my word. But still, it applies. It's applicable because I remember people saying that's why it's applicable.
Hey, Abraham, you're all over talking to friendly people these days, huh?
Yes, correct. I am.
You seem optimized a little bit. I got to tell you. You're still
In what
swimming
way?
a big FE club. But
Well, that's because that's because I'm learning some of the lingo and shit that you'd be talking about. Usually, I was telling Susan, sometimes when I talk to your ENTP folk, it's like all they want to do is be like, so today I'm talking with famous people, we're going to dissect the universe and shit. And I'm over here like, what the fuck are these people talking about, you know? It's just like, my brain.
Well, hey,
does she feel that way?
Hold on. Does she feel this way? I don't know. What do you feel about it, Kimberly?
Like, Kimberly, do you feel sometimes some of the things that Eric talks about that are very, like, fucking
Abraham, just let her answer the
pretty
question.
dense?
Let her answer the question. Go ahead, Kimberly. That's not elation I'm experiencing. That's shame.
Wait, hold on. Look, Kimberly, do you ever feel that some of the topics that Eric talks about are like a little bit too dense for you to be like part of the conversation maybe sometimes?
What was the last part you said?
To be part of the conversation.
I'm not sure what he's asking.
He's asking you if you think the things I say are too dense for you to be part of the conversation.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The face she gave me, she was like, yeah.
Well, I mean, what? I don't understand. What do you
Susan
think?
does that a lot too, Eric. She does that shit. She has certain expressions, and it's very funny identifying them because when you do, you start to make the intuitive start to think about that. Like, what, I do that shit? And I'm like, yeah, you do. Like when you get angry, you go like this, you know? Like when somebody says some bullshit, she goes like this. That thing with her eyebrows, you know? Voice deepens and she gets a little extra accenty and she goes, bullshit. You know, shit like that.
Extra accent.
Yeah.
That's a good observation, Abraham. She does do that. Her voice gets deeper and she gets a little more accent.
But I'm telling you, the dime INTP here, in my opinion, and on TWP is Susan, because she looks like she does that shit that probably any other FE dom can kind of pick up on, where during conversation she'll pause and it's like, there's some fucking shit going on in her brain, like she's observing you. And like
Shit going on.
Yeah, and I always tell her, like, Susan, I want to know what you're thinking about. Sometimes you say shit that trips me the fuck out, but I like it, you know? It's fucking interesting, dude.
Well, you ask me fairly often what I'm thinking about, but it's usually if you sense that I'm like troubled.
Yes. But that's because I feel that you are more...
I think Kimberly does that. Kimberly does this thing where she'll say, what are you thinking about? Usually when she can tell that I'm troubled or thinking about something troubling or something. But,
Kimberly, do you think that there's any sort of characteristics that Eric displays when you feel that he's troubled and then you ask him that question? Yeah? Like what?
What makes you read me as troubled?
You get quiet.
If I'm not talking, I'm troubled.
If you're quiet, something's wrong.
Yeah. So, okay, well, it's interesting hearing ESFJ talk about INTP and the fact that you note that when they're doing their mental processing about things. Yeah. I might. It depends. It depends. Sometimes I notice stuff, sometimes I don't. I mean, I notice Susie's facial expressions pretty well.
You see it right now.
Yes, I'm existing right now. So
Well, the thing about Susie is because she keeps such a flat face most of the time, in general, then when she does react with her face, it stands out because it's like this still pond, and then bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's what makes it bad. I was telling Susan, I was like, look, when I meet other people who are FE Dom, I don't like it because it's too much. It's too overwhelming. But when I meet people where I have to work for their expressions and how and to seek out those moments where they exaggerately, it's almost fun. You know, it's like,
Well, you wield a lot of FE, Abraham. I gotta tell you, you're swinging around here with that shit, getting it all over the place, which is fine. I mean, everybody appreciates a little bit of FE now and again. It's interesting watching Kimberly use FE when she's in extroverted mode. She's rather like, well, she's not as. She's got like the same sort of big voice. She's got her big voice on.
Kimberly's a badass. You can tell.
Well,
She's got that badass look. She's got the badass look.
she kind of is a badass in her own way.
Well, she's badass in her key moments.
She's
She's pretty badass.
No, that's when I'm not badass.
So when you're trying to be badass, you're not badass?
I don't know. Yeah.
Kimberly is, to the extent that she's not like a fighter per se, but she has boundaries, and you know
I
she
noticed that.
gets explosive briefly when those boundaries get touched upon, you know. But most
Yeah.
importantly, she's battled anyway, you know, and the thing that makes us duels apart is I love jumping in and fighting her fights for her. I'd be happy to do that for the rest of my life. I'd be happy for people to try to push around Kimberly just so I could smack them down. It gives me great joy. So,
Well,
He met my family tonight, and he got to do a little smackdown.
yeah, I had to put
Oh.
a little check on Paul,
My mom's boyfriend.
who wanted to start lecturing Kimberly about something.
well, I mean, I feel the same way about friendships in which I have to speak up for somebody who is not being treated fairly, especially in a discussion that involves critique and that involves people speaking over each other. That's a bad thing. That's fucking horrible.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the incident you guys had. Like the fact that this individual was speaking over Susan and Susan wasn't able to get her point across was very infuriating.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
Because he was doing you. That's why he doesn't get it. He didn't even understand it was happening.
Oh, well, if you watch the video, the one where Fuckface McGee Lightbulb comes in and she's like, oh, that woman, and then like Susan's trying to talk, but Susan can't talk because she's fucking Lightbulb speaking over her. That was frustrating. It's like, that's not right, man. What the fuck? Anyways, that's aside from the point. I thought it was similar to how you're like, I like to fight wars for sometimes for Kimberly, but I wanted to tell you sometimes what I'm noticing about Kimberly is when I ask her dumb questions, which I ask a lot of dumb questions sometimes, but when I ask dumb questions, she kind of looks at you and she goes like this, like she gives you that look, like
Yeah. Well, listen, the thing is, it's true I like to fight Kimberly's fights for her. It's also true that Susie's an INTP, not an ISFJ. And the thing about that battle is, what nobody seems to quite get about that is the battle wasn't allowed to. I needed more time, and I needed the thing to carry forward through his whole arc. And so it didn't quite get through its whole arc, because everyone was like, well, you were whatever, but I mean, I was trying to establish and eliminate things like I always do. I was trying to eliminate the shit that she could use as go-to, and then move on to the shit that she had no defense against. You know, it's like, but I didn't.
Yeah, I can
I also
tell.
didn't want. I didn't want to just embarrass the shit out of her because she had the thing positioned well enough that I had to respond a certain way, or else be accused of being non-responsive to reasonably launched critiques. So, like, if somebody provides a criticism that's positioned reasonably, whether it is reasonable or not, I've got to respond as though it were reasonable in order to be seen as reasonable.
I like that.
Was Susie like that?
Susie's not sure if she buys it,
No,
but Susie.
that's fine. But that was not the thing either way. It was what more about the social interaction, what happened, not necessarily topic, blah, blah, blah,
Okay, well,
over.
so what do you guys think about this quadruple?
It's pretty fucking badass, Eric.
Are
It's pretty
you?
badass.
Are we all elated?
I'm elated every time.
Confusing.
Very happy.
Hmm?
Do you experience elation? You don't seem like you're experiencing elation.
I am very happy.
Are you elated to be here?
That's like the first smile.
Do you feel the Alpha Quadra? Go Alpha Quadra. Yeah, Alpha. Mary, we're Mary, and we're, what else are we? Judicious. We're Mary and judicious. We're democratic. We're Mary, we're democratic, and we're judicious. But yeah.
How was your encounter with Nick and Jewel?
It doesn't existed yet.
What?
It's gonna happen
thought
on
Nick-
Sunday.
Oh, I see.
So that's happening. Oh, did you see the picture I sent you? The second one yesterday?
What is it? Let me see. Oh yeah, probably I did see it. Let me see.
Hey, you guys did receive the parent listing, right?
Yeah, we were doing one for it tonight. Sorry.
All right, that was the last thing we had.
Yeah, I'll try to.
Yeah. Did you see who it was?
Okay.
I have a random bruise here. This is probably going to be something funny.
I think so too.
Suzanne sent the photo. What are those two people at the bottom?
It's not Toast Mark and Janelle.
No. No, it's not.
It's
Is it really?
Who's that?
it's them.
Not host Mark and Janelle.
When?
Oh, wow. What an incredible phenomenon this is. That's crazy. We should win some sort of award or something. Do they have an award for like weirdest
I wanna-
things?
I want to see this. What is this about?
No, it is not. Is it really?
Take a closer look.
Why? Not
Oh,
then?
it's a cardboard thing. Wait.
I don't know.
Show me.
Is it or not? I can't tell.
If it's what or not.
It's what?
Yeah, yeah, something.
Who is it?
Is
It's
it-
not Toast Mark and Janelle. It's them.
It's them? Wow.
It's them.
That's crazy, 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 crazy. That's what that is. Oh my god, that's crazy, crazy. So,
This is what you were.
what?
Exactly.
Come over here.
I don't get it. Why is this funny?
It's she and not host Mark. And why it's funny, I'll show you afterwards. You'll get it then.
Not host Mark is an ENTP, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, this is it. She's an INFJ.
And Janelle's an INFJ. They're the other team. Okay,
Other team?
Well, we're duals in socionics duality thing. But according to the moisture tax, INFJ and ENTP are dual.
Do they know that?
I don't know. I've been so busy celebrating socionics duality, it didn't occur to me it would be nice to have a team for the other side.
For your side, which is kind of not
Well, see,
your side.
Okay,
but-
look. My duality is for socionics, but my taxonomy says they're a better match, right? So
There you have your research specimens.
right.
And
so-
also Jacob and his girlfriend.
Oh yeah, we got two INFJ ENTPs to argue their case, but the INFJs would probably be a little less vocal than the ISFJs. Well, Janelle will have plenty to say about it. Kimberly, where are you going? I can feel the elation leaving the room. I can feel the elation leaving the room as you leave.
Oh my God, is that really host Mark?
If y'all lives in Iowa,
Yeah,
Arizona,
That can't be host Mark, dude.
that
Is
is
it?
him.
Is that really them two?
Yes,
How did this happen?
it's in the raw footage.
it's in the raw footage.
But they
They
Mhm.
have to make a video of these people getting together and hooking up and shit. Like their moments of hookup. You know, like their moments of let's go to a private room.
Eric, you removed my, well, not you, it wasn't your decision, but you removed my drunken brilliance. It didn't take a sober person, it took a drunk person to realize that Nick and Jewel had something going on. That's how obvious it was. Can you believe that?
Everyone knew. You were just the one who blurted it out.
But
I
see, the
didn't
thing is,
know.
I had never seen them together in a room like that before.
Well, that's just you.
It was pretty
So
funny.
that's crazy that everybody's getting coupled off like that. That's crazy. They figured it out. Like Janelle didn't end up with Nick, did end up with not host Mark, at least temporarily for now. And Nick
In
ended
that
up
moment.
with Nick ended up with Jewel, and I didn't end up with anywhere from the channel. I ended up with Kimberly from right here for OkCupid. But
Well, she came on the channel
was-
first.
The channel made it possible. What's that?
She was on the channel first.
She was on the channel before she went out with me.
Before she liked you.
She's on the channel before she liked me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. Do you like me now?
I think.
I hope so. I've been trying awfully hard.
Fucking Eric.
I feel very happy.
That's good, Eric. That's fucking badass, dude.
It's elation, I think. It's from the quadruple, probably.
Or you're just elated all day, every day.
No, I'm extra elated right now. I'm really trying to drum up the elation all around here. You know, if you summon elation enough by saying its name, then it just springs like a wellspring of elation from a field full of elation.
Oh man, isn't that something? Well, Eric, I think that your celebration should go far beyond intimate relationships that are formulated through duality partners. Like, Susan and I have developed a really great friendship from my perspective, as far as what I can say. She's really cool, but it should like it should be celebrated far beyond intimate relationships. Is what I'm saying.
You need someone to tell you everything is going to be okay.
Sometimes I do, and Susan happens to be that person sometimes, which is fucking great.
Yeah, Susan's pretty great. I know all about it already. She lives in Norway, though, Abraham. That's the thing about Susan. You gotta remember that. It's a long way away, and she breeds cats. It's gonna smell like cat shit the whole time. She's got a boyfriend as well.
You have more cats than me, Eric.
I do have more cats than you at the moment, but Kimberly and I are gonna keep all those cats forever.
And the past 2 years, you have had more kittens than me too. So I don't know.
Damn.
And you had more cat poo over the floor than I have ever had.
And more floofs.
Yeah, he's not a very good cat owner, but that's going to change. So, I do have to say, though, that he didn't follow our instructions, Susie, about the transportation of Kitty Meow. And I was instructed as soon as I got out of the car not to speak of it again, anything about Kitty Meow, and don't even talk about it. So we didn't talk about it, and Kitty Meow came home tonight.
Here, we had her.
She's
been around, I think.
She escaped?
Huh?
Yeah,
She escaped?
When I opened the car, she jumped out of the car and ran away. So I didn't have.
You had the carrier.
We couldn't get her in it. She was fighting it every step of the way.
Let me get her in the carrier, so he insisted that she run free in the car. So we let him do what he needed to do, and
I know we were fighting when we got home.
Yeah, and then he opened the door, and that was it. He said, "Don't talk to me about it. I don't want to hear any word about her name at all." Yeah, you did.
The point is, Kitty Meow did reappear. Some 3 or 4 days, 5 days.
5 days later, she's here.
She reappeared tonight in the garage.
So now we are the proud owners of 15 cats.
We have 15. We have a lot.
That's a lot of fucking cats.
We don't have 15 cats.
It just feels like it.
We got like 10.
It feels like it. She's right. It sounds like it, but
It's a lot.
Well, 5 of them are kittens and they're going away.
should I? Are you giving them out to people?
We are. You have to get 2 at a time, though. Like, so if you want one, you have to have 2.
No, you don't. We're pulling the 4th of July parade, like you said. We'll get rid of them.
Well, Abe wants 2 already.
No. I would have to consider one.
They are pretty much the cutest kittens I've ever seen, and I love cats.
They're pretty damn cute. They're various shades of gray and black.
Have you ever seen the cats that Susan breeds?
Yes, they're beautiful.
They're fucking. I've never seen cats like that in my life. I've always seen those dirty black street
Here's
cats.
her second slot FE busting her first slot FE's chops there.
Can I what?
She gets second slot FE busted your first FE slot chops. When she said God, Ed, translation, too much gushing.
Oh.
Yeah.
My bad. Fuck.
My first slot FE translates for you. It's cool. Don't worry about it. There's an adorable.
Cat.
There is an adorable friend. Look at that adorable friend. That's right. Kittens galore. Friends, if you want to make your quadruple elite at an extra high level, toss a kitten in the mix.
Look at the fluff on this guy.
They don't count as a 5th person. You can get away with it without breaking quadrupling rules. And you just add a lot of cuteness to the equation. Alpha Quadra, down with kittens. What? Alpha Quadra is the
Cat
best
looks
quadra. Let's
weird
talk
as
about
shit.
why. Guys, why is Alpha Quadra best quadra? Now
Because
we
it's
can
fucking
go.
alpha.
Susie, what do you think? Why is Alpha Quadra best quadra?
Because we are merry.
We are merry. We're also judicious. It's good to be judicious. It means you deliberate about things a bit. You don't just rush to action. We're not an action rushing group, you know. Do you like to rush to action? No. Do you like a bunch of rules about how things ought to be done? Blah, 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 blah? No. How about you, Abraham? Do you feel a compelling need to, I don't know, uh, stop worrying about everybody's feelings and accomplish this task?
Most times, yes.
God damn it, Abraham.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, you gotta get shit done. You can't worry about people's feelings.
Abraham.
He's trying to deny his feeler nature.
Yeah, he is. Well, here's what I think about Alpha Quadra is. Fuck yeah, Alpha Quadra. Alpha Quadra knows how to party. What?
Yes.
What? Alpha, you gotta be in the picture here. You gotta be part of the quadra. Otherwise, we're not quadruple. Otherwise, just tridabbling. And nobody never experienced no elation from tridabbling. So anyway, friends watching Talking Films, well, this has been an Alpha Quadruple, as legit a quizzadrable as I've yet had the pleasure of encountering. I'm gonna say elation levels were reasonably high, could be higher in theory. I suspect it's Abraham's fault somehow. Definitely not Susie's fault. Definitely not Kimberly's fault. Could be my fault, I guess, but probably not. That kitten just jumped off the table. Well, it's okay. They're pretty rough and tumble, those things. Anyhow, rough and tumbleness of kittens notwithstanding. Any last words from Alpha Quadra before? Oh, that's why we're playing. Why is Alpha Quadra the best? Why is Alpha Quadra the best, Kim? Okay, you have no idea. She doesn't know because you don't know anything about sociology. Alpha Quadra is ISFJ, INTP, ESFJ, ENTP. We're Alpha Quadra because we're so cool. The reason we're Alpha Quadra is because we all have NE, GI, FE, SI in a different order. So Abraham goes FE, SI, NE, TI. Susie goes TIFE. No, I'm sorry, TINE, SIFE. You go SIFE, TINE, and I go NE, TIFE, SI. Different orders, same functions. And that's why we're duals. Because we have the inverse. So I've got NE first, SI last, you got SI first, and they're duals too, yeah. I'm just feeling it, yeah. I'm just feeling it for sure. Susie is, you never know, she's one of those unscrupulous INTPs. She's probably got men smitten on a dozen continents by her calculated INTP romance style.
Calculated INTP romance style. So calculated.
Yeah. She plants seeds years in advance. She's a fellow dark arguer, I think. We don't know
What does that mean?
What that means is when you do things a long time ago that turned out like they are now, and secretly you must have known. But you
Yeah,
didn't.
it was all intended.
Right. Secretly you must have known, but you didn't. Or did you? That's what it is. Secretly you must have known, but you didn't. Or did you? Is the best way to put it.
Kimberly and I's faces are like, what the
That's funny.
What happened to Prince of Dark Arts? I can say nonsense and people kind of think, does it mean something?
It
Sometimes
kind
it
of
does.
does, and it kind of doesn't.
Yeah, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it kind of does, sometimes it kind of doesn't, sometimes both. Depends. Is that the
It
end of
might mean something.
It might, and it might mean something really, really important.
And smart.
Mm-hmm. Super, super smart.
ISFJ is like, what the fuck?
I'm giving Kimberly that look like, fuck.
Are you gonna do something about him? What are you gonna do, Cam? Are you gonna check this guy or what? Okay. Well, that's pretty cool, actually, Alpha Quadra. Yeah, I think there's something to it. I think there's something to it. I think as a quadra, we get along fine. We get along great.
I'm curious. Kimberly said something earlier that made me think a little bit. What do you mean by Abe is feeling it?
It means you're feeling the dual connection. You like it around here because the
No, don't explain it for her. Let her explain it.
My bad.
I asked if Susie was a dual. And he said yes. And so I said Abe is feeling it.
What led you to make that conclusion, though?
Are you kidding me?
Well, I mean, Eric said some other thing that made me start thinking too, which is, I don't know if I do kind of.
Well, it's something that's undeniable. It just happens.
Well, maybe it's well, Eric did say something earlier that made me think, which is, do I really gush out that much?
You gush.
About the suits you do.
I mean, a lot of people gush about the suits. I gotta say.
No, but
And when they don't, when they fail to gush adequately, as I did apparently one time, boy, does the suits get upset about it.
Well, I gush all over Eric when he walks in. I'll tell you that. It's fucking host Eric. Woo! Fucking. Yeah. Fuck.
What? I don't know what to say about that. The thing about,
But you're right. You're right. You both of you are right. And I think just Susan's a cool person, dude. I'm telling her about a lot of shit. She gives me a lot of good insight.
that's the sort of thing you learn about in quadruples. Okay, well, so let's all talk now briefly before we end this video. What's our experience with the quadruple been like? Okay, Susie, you go first real quick, because look, Kimberly's getting impatient with me. You can see it in her face, you can see it in her eyes, you can feel it pounding in her heart. Go ahead, Susie, quickly. How great has this quadruple been?
It's pretty great and full of FE.
It's chock full of FE. Untrustable, yeah. We got a highly successful FE using INTP in the mix as well. We got Abe bringing the FE super broom, and we got me always schmoozing. All right, Kimberly, you tell me, how's this experience of quadruple been for you? On a scale of incredibly special to impossibly elated.
Possibly elated? Yes.
That you heard it there, convincingly. You heard it convincingly there. Okay, Abraham, tell me, how has your experience this quadruple been?
It's a fucking quadruple with people, and it's very spiritual and very elating and very revealing of certain truths.
Guys, you heard it here. Today is the day to purchase your quadruple.com certification to hold your own quadruple in your own home. You can do it too. Just send me $8. You send to my new address. I'll get that up there on the internet. Anyway, that's not the point. Yes, you're going to send me the $8 and I will give you a genuine quadruple.com certified certification for being in and holding quadravels. It's better to be certified. I mean, because the alternative is you're not certified.
What happens then?
Then you're having uncertified quadrivalent.
Which means
It means it lacks certification.
what happens then?
Then the quadrival won't be certified.
Why is that a problem?
Oh, well, uncertified quadrivals cause a myriad of harms in today's society, ranging from certification-free area-related things to a lack certification, inability to be certified in the future due to a lack certification this time. For example, if you get caught doing uncertified quadrivaling, you may lose your ability to be certified in the future.
Why?
Well, that's one of the penalties for uncertified quadrivaling, of course.
Why does that need to be penalized?
It's uncertified. Listen, if you have a website called
Victimless
quadrival.com,
crime. Victimless crime.
it's not a crime, it's a social faux pas.
That's not normally punished.
Well, it's being punished by quadrival.com by a denial of future certification opportunities for those who violate the certified quadrivaling only rule.
But if they could do it without the certification, they can keep doing it without the
Well,
certification.
they could do uncertified quadrivaling without the certification. That's true. They can. But just listen. Which one sounds better to you? Uncertified quadrivaling or certified quadrivaling?
You can just leave out the word uncertified. That works.
But you could also just leave out the word no wings airplane, right?
Or you,
Am I gonna take
or
this
you
airplane?
could,
Oh, I just leave out the words no wings and just pretend it'll fly. No, you'll die.
or
that
you could
way.
just,
Yeah, but you can see if a plane has wings, but how do you know if there is no certification in the quadruple?
Well,
or you could just pay the $8.
yeah, or you can just pay the $8. Come on, Caesar. Just pay the $8. What are you talking
It's
about?
fucking.
Yeah, it's only $8. You need the certification, might as well get it.
Okay.
It's only $8. And remember, folks, doing shit is for dumb people. Okay,
Doing shit is for stupid people.
doing things is for stupid people. Okay, just pay the $8 and let the certification enroll happen itself. Okay, it's
Look,
in the abstract.
don't wait any longer. You don't know when the opportunity to have a quadrival will come upon you. And when that moment happens, you want to be certified. You don't want to say, I'm going to take a risk and have an uncertified quadrival. You want to already be certified. Get that certification today. It's just $8. Best $8 you'll ever spend. Kimberly here got certified just the other day. She said it was the best $8 she ever spent.
I returned it.
Well, she only returned it because there was a misprint on it. It gave you a new one. Anyway, my point is, don't be dissuaded by her story. Instead, listen to Abraham. Listen to me. We know what we're talking about. Get that certification today, and then you can have a real quadrival.com certified quadrivaling like this one here. With ISP Susie, EHP Eric, ISFJ Kimberly, and ESFJ Abraham. Alpha Quadras, this Apple in the his house.